Okay, sixth graders, happy Monday. I'm sorry I can't be there with you today, but I'm going to tell you real quick what your assignment is and show you some examples. So you're going to be working in Bitsbox today, and if you go to Google Classroom in a little bit, you will see in your stream, you'll have a new assignment called Monday, February 25th, 2019. It will show up at the top of your stream. Right now it's showing at the bottom of mine because I haven't published it yet, but by the time you're watching this video, it will be published and ready for you. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be working on Bitsbox, and you're going to be going through a book, practicing some apps, and then you're going to be creating your own. On Google Classroom, you are going to find two documents that you're going to need. Those two things are this one, which has a copy of the instructions that you're going to be working on, and you also need this. Okay, this Google Doc is going to be on your assignment, and each one of you have your own copy of this. So you're going to actually edit this document before you turn it in. So you'll be putting your answers right on this document. So what you're going to be working through is you're going to sign in to Bitsbox, okay, just like we did last week. And remember, on Bitsbox, when you are ready to start something new, you have three options. You either build a numbered app, do an online activity, which is what we did last week, or you invent your own app. What you're going to be starting with today is building a numbered app. You get that number from either this document, okay? The first little program you're going to do is 3625 called SuperDog, okay? Then the second one is 5698, Secret Thoughts. Then you have Nemesis and Super Punch. So these are the four mini apps you're going to be working on first, and then you're going to be creating your own. Now you can use this document to type into Bitsbox. You can also choose to use one of the books that we have. The books, I would just ask, if you decide to use one of the books, that you be really careful with them, because we've had them for a few years now and they're kind of falling apart. So some pages are missing and they're getting a little ragtag. So please be careful with those if you decide to use the hard copy of the book. So what you're going to do is you're going to be following the directions on this Google Doc that I gave you. Okay. Notice here it says Mini Apps page 3. So we're going to be working through this document while we are looking at the instructions, while we are typing on Bitsbox. Okay, so you kind of have three things going at once. So when you look at the document, you'll notice that the first thing I have you do is look through available stamps and backgrounds in the Assets panel. What looks interesting to you, screenshot and paste two stamps and two backgrounds you think you want to use below. Okay, so these are my examples. Okay, delete my examples and paste your screenshots in this space. Okay, so if I'm on Bitsbox and I'm getting ready to work, I might just say invent your own app so that I have a spot. And remember, this is your Assets panel. So your job is to look around at stamps and find two that you like, screenshot, paste it into the Google Doc. Okay, so if I'm a student, I'm going to look through here and find something interesting to me. Say I like this artist over here. Then I'm going to screenshot it. And remember, with your Chromebook, it's going to be Control-Shift and your Windows key. And I'm going to draw around what looks interesting to me as a stamp. Be sure to include the name. And then I'm going to switch back to my document. I would delete one of mine, my examples, and I would put in my example of the artist. Okay? So your job is to find two stamps you like and two fills you like and paste them below. Okay? So that'll be the first thing you do. Then the second thing you do is down here. Okay? Down here it tells you to complete the 4 mini apps on page 3 of the Superpowers book. Then you're going to create your own mini app. But first you need to go in and do those 4 mini apps on the book. So over here you'll see here are the 4. So I'm going to start with 3625, go back to Bitsbox, close all this up, what we were working on before, go back to Home, choose New App. It's a numbered app, so I'm going to type in 3625, and Superdog comes up. And then what I'm going to do is follow the code just like it says in the book. So this one says to put in Phil Sky. And remember, your syntax or how you type has to be exactly right. And then stamp Superdog. Then I'm going to run it. There it is. Okay. I'm going to keep reading my instructions though, because down here below the white box that has the coding, it gives you little challenge things to do. So this one says, can you put Supercat in instead? Yes, we can. So you can come back here, put Supercat in, run it again, see what it looks like. Okay, so that's your first mini app. So you will continue that. Superdog, Secret Thoughts. Remember to come down here and try the challenge things below. Then Nemesis and Super Punch. Once you finish all 4 of those apps, then you're ready to move on to the next part of the assignment. So the next part of the assignment says right here, when you are finished, make your own mini app called Your Last Name Mini App. So mine, since my last name is Newton, is called Newton Mini App. So your job is to use the programming that you've learned so far in the 4 little mini apps that we have been practicing with and come up with your own app. So as a minimum, what you need to have in this program is a fill, a stamp, text with parameters, which I'll talk about in just a second, and some type of action, okay, like sound, explosion, etc. Okay. Then you're going to take a screenshot of your programming and the screen simulator after you run the program and paste it below. So here's my example, and you got to scroll to the 3rd page to see it. This one is mine that I created. Okay, you create your own. Do not copy mine. Just create your own, and then you'll delete my screenshot that shows the programming and the screen, and you will insert your screenshot that shows your program and your screen. Okay? So let me go back over to Bitsbox. Remember that when you are ready to do your own mini app, okay, where you're creating it, you'll do New App, and you'll do Invent Your Own App. Okay? And when you get there, you'll be able to come up here and call it your last name. Your last name. I'm going to put Newton too, since I've already called it Newton Mini App. Okay, and then here is where you will start typing your program. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you just briefly about one of the things that I said you had to do, which was text with parameters. Okay, these represent parameters right here. And we talked a little bit about this last week, but I want to remind you. If you go into your Assets panel in the Commands section, you can come over here to Text, and this will show you all of the different things that you can do with your text. So the stuff that is inside the parentheses are called parameters. Those are options or different things that you can do with your text. So notice here that the command text is outside the parentheses, so this means we want these words on the screen. Then you put your actual text in single quotes, like this one would have hello on it. Then if you want to, you place it with the X and Y coordinate. You tell it what size to make it, what color to make it, what font you want it to be, and how you want it aligned. And if you keep looking down here, you will see there's some different examples for you. And then they also tell you what type of fonts are available. So if you come down here, if you like changing your fonts, which a lot of people do, here are the fonts that you can change yours to. Feel free to do that if you want to. And here's how you left, right, or center align, meaning where your text goes, your text. Okay, so I'm wanting you to use some of those parameters there. Also remember to use, as you are programming, use your assets panel for help. Okay, this can help you find all kinds of different colors that you wouldn't think of off the top of your head. You might think yellow, but look at all the different yellows there are, okay, with all kinds of different names. Okay, so get in there, be a little bit creative. I want to see what you can come up with. Please remember that you are creating your own apps and you are screenshotting and deleting mine, putting yours in, and then you will turn this document, this Google Doc, back in to Google Classroom. Okay? This is due at the end of the hour on Monday. You should have time to get through that entire assignment. If necessary, your sub might give you a little bit of time on Tuesday if you need to wrap it up. But you really should be able to get it done in one class period. If you have any questions, you can shoot me an email and I will try to get to it. Have a great day.